for too long for something to show. Same old places and faces of people with nowhere to go.
Alright guys, we are here at the Justin Rhodes meetup in Dallas, Texas. We're here at Haggard Park in Plano, Texas, just north of Dallas. And we're hanging out with a ton of cool people. We got Texas boys right there, hanging out with those guys. Got an interview with them. We'll post on our channel. Waiting for a little bit here till Justin does the what you growing stuff, and we're excited to talk to him, hopefully grab him for a moment. We drove up a couple days ago, saw it as an opportunity to hang out with some family, hang out with Justin, meet some other YouTubers, meet some other people in the homesteading community, and we drove 500 miles to come hang out with them, even though he came to our house in July.
Happy 4th of July, y'all.
And just saw it as a chance to get around a pro YouTuber, spend some more time with them. Are you excited to hang out with Justin and Rebekah here for a little bit?
Yeah, it's great.
Yep, so we are looking forward. Hopefully we'll get them on some footage, but at least we'll catch some other people here at the meetup and get some footage with them as well. So let's see who we can find. Alright, so we are here at the Justin Rhodes meetup, and we met some really cool people, and I just loved their squishy squash. So, how are you gonna forget that kind of name? So tell us about what you guys are doing here in Texas.
We bring the farm to your backyard. We install vegetable gardens, and we educate about growing your own food.
Yep.
We do classes, we build gardens, we make plans for you to build your own garden.
We restore areas that were previously a garden or could be a garden bed. So, like if you have a dirt patch in your backyard you don't know what to do with, give us a call. We'll put in a veggie garden for you.
And some people have even asked us to turn their landscaping around their house beds into something they can eat, and we've done that too.
Nice.
Squishy Squash, Edible Landscapes, and you guys said you're on Facebook, is that right?
You'll find us, and we have a lot of awkward videos on there.
There's great videos.
You guys have some videos?
Yeah, we have
Okay.
a lot of videos.
A lot of videos, a lot of pictures.
They're not edited pretty like YouTube videos.
Okay.
No, they're just there.
Okay.
You know, we like candid footage.
Okay. Well, I think you guys are a great story because even if you're not in Texas, I think you can learn from them as far as they're helping other people develop gardens. I think it's a great business idea.
Yeah.
And then if you are here in Texas, in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, how far do you guys span your business?
We don't go that far outside of Arlington, but we do serve South Fort Worth and also Grand Prairie and Mansfield and everything within Arlington, like Bentonville and Delworthington. And if you're not in our area, we still do consultation, and we also do plans that we can send you, and you can do it yourself.
There you go.
Yep. So we'll come out and meet you once and sit down and do a plan with you and talk about your area. And after that, you guys can handle it yourself. And if you always have questions, feel free to call us, write us, smoke signals, anything.
We are hanging out with Eric from The More You Grow, and every time I say your channel name, I have to do the NBC jingle in my head. The dun dun dun, or the, what is it, The More You Know?
Yeah, with the star, is that what you mean?
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, the more
you know.
Yeah.
And that reminds me, your channel name is The More You Grow.
The More You Grow.
So if you think about that, remember this guy's channel. So what do you have going on over there? I know you're doing a lot of planting. You're at Texas A&M. You're doing a lot of greenhouse gardening. What do you have going on your channel? What are you up to in your life?
Well, right now, since it's getting winter time, we are trying to do things that are accessible to everybody, no matter where you live. We're doing grocery store growing is the title of the series, where I show you how you can grow things from the grocery store. It's everything like mangoes, pineapples, you name it. There's a ton of things that we got planned there. But I just got 16 acres recently, and I'm ready to kind of get done with school so I can get back there, get started on that. I'm planning out a kind of a food forest. I would say it's like a biodynamic forest where we're applying the concepts of ecology into the forest and producing fruit at the same time. So a lot going on, cows, chickens. You'll see a lot coming up on the channel now that I'm kind of getting done with school for the semester.
Well, give them one tip for the winter. What's something that people can plant? What's something that's hardy that they can be working on, or is it just something working with their garden? What can they do in the winter to prepare that garden for spring?
I would say you can do, it's a little late actually, but you can do your cover crops for your gardens. Cover the soil, bare soil is enemy number one. I would say coming up in a few months though, you can start getting your transplants ready for your garden, like your tomatoes, things like that. Get a head start and you can be getting ready for the spring garden. Soon you'll be able to plant onions around here, like all the things, garlic, onions, potatoes, and that's like the earliest things you can plant, but getting ready for the garden is like the biggest thing you can do.
All right, well, very good. Go check them out. The more you grow.
It's after like watching you do it, it like inspired me to just go out and say, I mean, I'm gonna start doing these videos, and I definitely appreciate everything that you do on your channel and everything like that.
You're welcome. Hey guys, we're here with Justin and Rebekah. How you guys doing?
We are good. What's this?
Hang on.
I know you guys have been talking a lot about the documentary coming up. You got all these plans, you got to get home. How do you feel, or do you even have a chance to think about those 3 steps of the farm tour, the documentary, and then getting home? How do you guys feel, or how do you compartmentalize those 3 steps?
I think literally we departmentalized it.
Yeah.
Because we have set aside time. We've set aside about 2 weeks to work on it to get us a jump start.
Yeah.
And that's already set aside and on the schedule.
So
if it's not on the schedule, we can't think about it.
Yeah. So since it's scheduled, we're like, okay, it's scheduled. We don't have to think about it. And then like, I want to finish strong the last couple weeks. I don't want to, you know, do bad by the last 4. Yeah, by the last 4 states. So we're trying to really,
like a student on their last day of school, and they're
we're
just
still
checked
trying
out.
to like keep up the energy and like just not think about all that other stuff. Think about just like what's at hand and the people we're meeting and all that stuff.
Yeah, because like in Alabama, we're tempted to not line up the farm.
Yeah.
We did line up something farm-ish.
Yeah.
We're gonna go to get some ferment lessons.
Hopefully we're gonna line up a fermentation thing.
And then you're doing these live streams where you're talking about the documentary, and what's your mindset going into that as far as where do you start? How do you break that down?
It's been real hard just coming up with the plot line for it, the storyline for it. And what's going to be real hard is I cannot put everybody in it. Like, if you guys don't make a documentary, my heart's going to be broke.
Oh, we're not.
You know?
We get to be part of your vlog for a year.
That's like featured like hundreds of farms.
Right.
So there's no way.
Right.
So I have narrowed it down to, I want to try to include something from every state, and that be the storyline in order, the states, and then intertwine in between those some commentaries of things we've learned, not just from, you made the top 10 things we've learned as far as throwing chicken manure on the patties so that they'll spread it, right? Beyond that to where I'm finding that people all across America are content right where they're at. If it's minus 60 in Minnesota, or if it's only 3 inches in Las Vegas, everybody's proud of where they are. So putting some of that in there and speaking to some of the things that they haven't seen on the YouTube channel. We still have to tell that story, and that will be part of the 2 weeks in Florida. I'm going out to Alabama to be trained in sound and light for setting up these interviews in Maple, and then I'll interview myself and my own family to tell the story, and I'll intertwine the highlights of the trip according to our storytelling there, and then hopefully we'll have time and breaks during the movie for these insights that we and the kids have picked up on.
So we're going into winter here. Something for people to think about when they're preparing for the spring. Goal setting. What can people do in the winter when they're preparing for the spring or next growing season?
You can plan for sure. Why don't people plan in gardening and farming and homestead? I don't know. You plan to build your house, so begin to make plans, dream big. You can plant earlier than you might imagine, especially if you're doing greenhouses. When we get back, you can plant onions in February, but we're going to be back January 2nd. I think I'm going to plant onions in January 2nd.
We're talking about things to do in winter when you may not have a growing season, or things to prepare.
Put mulch down. You can be sourcing mulch. You can be putting your chickens. Like, first thing we're going to be doing is mulching the garden areas, putting chickens on it, getting that stuff prepared for the spring. It's such a great time because grass isn't growing, weeds aren't growing. It's time to build up the garden beds. It's time to plan.
Last thing is, here we're at the meetup. We just had, I don't know, what, 100, 200 people,
probably
whatever. 100 people here. I know it's an exhausting day. How do you guys see the meetup, and what do you get out of it? What do you think fans get out of it?
Meetups are so inspiring for us. Like, we'll be near burnt out, and we'll go to a meetup and people are saying that we inspire them, that they went and got land, or they got chickens, or something like that. And it's very humbling.
It's humbling.
But it's great now because we made so many videos and never met a fan.
Yeah.
And now we know who we're talking to when we look at this one eyeball. We know who we're talking to. We know their soil condition. We know their rain condition. We know their weather. We know their ups and downs. We know how cold it gets in the winter and how hot it gets in the summer. And so now that we speak to that camera, we're speaking to somebody we know. People come to us and they say, oh, is it weird because we know you and you don't know us? It might be weird to you that we might say this. We actually know you. We feel like we know you now.
Yeah. We know who's watching our videos.
Even if we haven't met you, we have a general idea of who you are.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun meeting people. Actually, that's been one of my favorite parts of the tour is going to meetups and visiting with people. And I don't know, it's just super humbling to me because like people are like tearing up and saying that like, you know, we've inspired them to do these things, and I'm just like, when we started this, we just never, ever thought that it would look like that, you know?
Thank you guys so much for being here, just being someone to inspire us. You know, we just thought it was a chance to get around the heat. You know, you guys are pro YouTubers, and that's what we want to be, so we just want to come spend some time with you, so we appreciate the time.
Yeah, well, it was awesome meeting and seeing you guys again. Like,
I was tricking you.
yeah, you guys totally, when I walked up there, I was like, Jake, Becky, wait, where are we? I don't know. And so, yeah, they totally tricked me. I was like, I don't know where I'm at.
We moved to Texas.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. I was like,